Okay, so I started martial arts when I was 10, back in the early 80s, and I haven't really stopped. It's 2025 now, and so I put in 40 plus years. Now that number sounds impressive, and a lot of people, they talk, oh, I've been 56 years in the martial arts. This year celebrates 56 years in the martial arts, and this year represents 44 years in the martial arts, and I've been training for this amount of time, and you know what? That number is impressive. But I gotta ask, in that time frame, how active have you been? What have you done during that time frame? And I don't mean that as a slight to anyone. I'm talking about reflection on me. So I say to myself, okay, I started when I was 10. I'm 56 now. So that's like 40 something years. Sounds impressive, but what have I really done in that time? Okay, well, in that time frame, I spent 26 years in two institutions. In a Shorin-ryu club and in a Kempo club. And I haven't stopped. Non-stop training on average 2 to 4 times a week, back to back, week after week. I took some time off in between that time frame between I was 10 till now. There were a couple of life incidents that got in my way. Another story about that later and how I overcame that was through martial arts, by the way. That stopped me from going into training, but I still trained solo. I put myself in various combat sport gyms. I found out about seminars. I hopped on planes, saved my money, and traveled the world training with different people. I've been to the US, I've been to Europe, I've taught there, and I've also trained there. I come back, I take notes, I take videos. I'm now a content creator, and part of that skill has allowed me to organize my thoughts and ideas and use it as develop study tools for myself and for my students. I'm questioning all the time my skill level. You have to ask yourself, are you counting the time from the time you started martial arts and just let the clock run? You have to actually be honest with yourself. Have you put in the time to perfect what you've learned? Have you put in the time to deep dive and question the efficacy of what you've learned? Now, it doesn't have to be all about self-defense and whether it works in the ring. I'm talking about the efficacy, even if you're a kata or forms specialist or somebody who just likes to move and look good and feel good, okay? How well have you done that? And what's your measure to check if you've done that successfully? And my focus is on staying healthy, sustainability, mobility, and reality-based training. I can say without a doubt that I've touched on all these areas and I've checked all these areas and I've reached out to people, collected resources, and continuously test and get second and third opinions by traveling, training with different styles and people, and testing my game.